Hello and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is the super wiry Norbert Morvan.
Pain heals, chick stick scars, glory lives forever.
The Replacements, the 2000s movie, The Replacements, might be the most TNT, TBS, AMC, FX movie ever made, Norbert.
Ever, ever,
Ever. Like
ever.
movies or airplane movies don't get more TNT. So in the United States, like we had these channels called TNT, TBS, FX, and it was the movies where they played, Taken,
Yes.
like Hard Rain, just
Armageddon is on
yeah,
repeat. The
yes.
director's cut.
And so like not like classics like The Godfather, but you'll get Fast and Furious, or you'll get Major League, or like just movies that just every country has these channels. But yeah, The Replacements, it's like episodic. And I remember
Mhm.
whenever it came on, it would always got me for like 15, 20 minutes. I'd always just
Yeah,
sit
yeah,
there and
yeah.
watch it. And you know what's interesting? I was watching this Dinner for Five with Jon Favreau. He used to host this cool show where he just had dinner with five people, and like
It,
they
it
had
was
some
awesome.
they had some really good conversations.
Yep.
And they were talking about this movie. Like he had Faison Love on,
Oh, really?
Faison Love. And
Phase on, yeah.
yeah, Faison. They were talking about it, and they were like, yeah, man, it was supposed to be like R rated and all this and stuff. And they were like, yeah, like the tone was all off. But then I looked up the director, Howie Deutch. This is a dude who
Mhm.
directed Grumpier Men 2, The Odd Couple 2, Pretty in Pink.
Mm.
Like, why are you signing up for an R rated football movie with Howie Deutch directing it? So there seemed to have been a disconnect there, but I don't care, Norbert. I like the characters in this movie. This movie's fun. I like the egg eating. I like the wiriness. I love the dancing. Orlando Jones should have been much, 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 much bigger than he ever was. He's one
Oh,
man
yeah.
cold. He's the only one catching it. He's the only one coming down with it. I have no idea why Annabelle drives like a maniac, and even the director hates it. There's
There's no reason.
no reason, and he's like, I hate this scene, and like the strippers show up and they're funny, but I hate the crowd. I hate the crowd reaction shots in this movie. Whenever it cuts to the crowd, I want to barf. But I could watch this movie all the time. Like I love the wild yam.
Yeah.
I love the wiriness. Like cheers, bitch.
What
Just
wiry? Wiry. He's wiry.
Hackman made that up on the spot. Like he just made it
I
up.
believe it. I
And
believe it, man. You want to talk about people punching above their weight? You don't just get Gene Hackman. You don't just get Gene Hackman for a movie that's going to be replayed ad nauseum on cable until the heat death of the universe. This is Gene Hackman, bro. You understand? Like the French Connection still holds up.
yeah,
That movie is real, man. Like Hackman, 70s Hackman, bro. He was not one of those dudes that just made a couple of good movies in the 70s and coasted. Like that's Gene Hackman. And you get him for this. This movie, wow, slumming. That's the word.
nothing but platitudes in this movie.
Yeah,
All he does is say coach speak in this
that's
movie.
it.
But here's the thing though, right? Howie Deutch, Jack Lemmon loved him. Walter Matthau loved him. Like big name
Mm.
actors loved him. So he clearly is good with actors, right? So actors must love him. They got Madden
Mm-hmm.
for this movie. Like they got Madden, like an Al, like they got him. They got Keanu Reeves post Matrix. So
Oh, this is right, exactly.
you got like you have Keanu, you have Madden, John Madden, you have
Mm-hmm.
a guy who is generally liked by most actors. Tak Fujimoto shot this. The cinematographer of Silence of the Lambs shot this movie, right? So and then you get Gene Hackman. So imagine Norbert, you are Reese Ifans, right? And you're
Yes.
you're Nigel Gruff, and you go, yeah. So what's this like stupid script about? Like, what's this for? Well, we got Keanu, we got Gene Hackman, we got Tak Fujimoto, we got John Madden, like, and you're like, what? What? Like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, sign me up. Like, put me in this movie. Like, Jon Favreau got super jacked for it. Like,
Do you remember Jack Favreau?
yeah,
That's the first thing that came to my mind. I remember Favreau used to be jacked. And that Iron Man money came, and he was like, you know what? Tired of Jim.
chef.
Tired of
Yeah,
Jim.
yeah. I mean, dude,
Personal chef.
he looks like a linebacker. He does. He looks.
He nails it.
And that's why I
He
love
nails
this
it.
movie though, because Keanu, like, he's a great baller. You watch him throw the
Mm,
football, he looks great.
mhm.
I just Orlando Jones, he's just a perfect, like the physicality that he puts into it. Even though they rip off
Mhm.
Little Giants in this movie with the stickum,
Yeah.
but you got Art LaFleur out here. You have Gaylord Sartain, what Pilichowski coach. Like you just have, I don't know, man. You have this huge cast.
Mhm.
It's I tell you what though, man. Like I like the characters in this movie. I like the dancing. I like that it's anti-union in the scabs are
This
the heroes. I love
this
it's they got it, but you know what's nice though? They got an actual football stadium because the owner of
right.
Baltimore was like pissed off the NFL. No one would let them
Yeah.
have a stadium. And the guy was like, yeah, whatever, you can take my stadium.
Hmm.
So that
Hmm.
adds a lot to it. I like the cast. It's short. It's
Yes.
it's episodic. It's when the day after tomorrow comes, when the giant snowstorm hits us, Norbert,
Hmm.
this movie's gonna be frozen on about 2 million
It
TVs.
will be. It will be right in the middle of them in jail doing the electric slide to "I Will Survive."
Yes.
Yes, because "I Will Survive" in movies. That's another thing that just it occurred to me that "I Will Survive" in movies as a huge joke. That is so cliche, and it's been going on forever, man. Men in Black, Men in Black 2, where that was in the trailer.
Mm.
The dog singing "I Will Survive." Rocky, da, 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 the Rocky theme,
Hmm.
that kind of has the elements of "I Will Survive" in it. The Martian, the Spartans, the Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Somewhere in a movie, there's going to be somebody who's going through some shit. And at first I was afraid. I was petrified. And they're going to realize that now is the time for me to be myself and pull those proverbial bootstraps as hard as I can because I will survive, man. As long as I know how to love, I know I can survive, man. That's what it is. For God's sake, it was just in everything, bro.
I don't care though. I love that dance scene. And like
You have to.
and I love when Jamal and Andre, the guards, come up. I love when the guy they're guarding in the beginning gets ripped away by all those women. He's like,
Old
ah!
dirty bastard. Old
Yeah.
dirty bastard.
Really?
That's
Oh,
right. Oh, that was OD. That was legit ODB.
wow.
Rest in peace, the big dog. Yeah,
Did they take his
he was
money
in
and
this
say,
movie.
"Dirty, dirty, I got your money"?
That's what those women did. Those women got his money, and that's why Dirt immediately chased after them.
I just love the help. But I love when they walk up to Shane, right? They put some bullets in the car, and then
Yes.
and then they're like, "I like your smell, man." Like, yeah, it's wild ham. Oh, that's nice. He's like, "I'll get you some." Like, it's this. This is what I need from movies to be something that I'll watch a lot. Just little moments that I love. And I think this movie
That's
has a
what it
bunch
is.
of little moments that I love. Like, I don't give a shit. I love that speech about quicksand and spiders. Like, is there a spider in the quicksand? Like, I love, bees. Bees are the bees attacking you in quicksand?
Bees.
Just,
Bees.
I mean, I'm allergic to bees. I mean, I don't like them, but just and then like when Clifford turns around, he's like, "What are you talking about, Shane?" Like, there's a weird earnestness to it that Howie
Yeah,
Deutch was
man.
able to get. And so I haven't asked you what you think about the movie, but I've been wanting to talk about this since 2000. So I got 23, 24 years of
Brother,
me want to talk about it.
brother, you and me both, man. When Fumiko scores, and I love to see a fat guy score. That was a thing when I used to watch football all the time. When one of the old linemen would get the ball on a fumble recovery and just start chugging down the field, and you see the guy running as hard as he can, but he is going as fast as a snail. He just can't move, but the crowd is going berserk because they're like, "Go, fat dude, go!"
Yeah.
And when he makes it to the end zone, they rush him to the sideline and just give him an oxygen tank because you're not supposed to do cardio, bro. You're supposed to do bursts of speed for 3 seconds that you get the guy, away from the quarterback, or you block for the running back, or oh, I loved it. And Madden knows that because that's absolutely the case,
Yeah. Like,
And
he's
we
like,
all, yeah, go ahead.
oh no, sorry. Like, and when he draws up that play too, he's like, so he threw it here, it bounced off this guy, then he bounced off him, and then he
The
bounces off him,
telestrator.
and then he picks him up, and then he gets decapitated. He's like, you gotta love replacement football. Like,
You
it's
gotta love replacement football. Him and Summerall, man.
yeah.
Summerall, they nailed it so well. And it's not just because Madden was on, the big NFL broadcast of the week at the time, but the people of our generation,
Legend.
we learned the rules of football through Madden.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody I know that is a male my age has played Madden at least one time, at least once. If you play any video game, and so you got to have Madden and Summerall in there. So those two, oh my God! And then the play-by-play when he's gonna go make out with
Yes.
the girl Annabelle, and And he goes for it. Every breath you take, boom, 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 boom. Another thing about this movie, the music is very helpful in case you don't know how to feel
Oh,
because it's everywhere
it's
and it's
everywhere.
unrelenting. It never
Unrelenting.
stops. Okay, so you see that the budget of this movie is $50 million, and you realize, okay, at least three-quarters of that was licensing.
Yeah.
You know, because they have the entire Jock Jam soundtrack here.
Entire
We
Jock
get
Jams.
we get Marky Mark's Good Vibrations no less than two times. In case you didn't know that the vibrations are supposed to be good in this scene. You know what I mean? But just you dance to this song in a bar. You dance to it. Don't ask me how. It's the dumbest song ever.
90s dance songs are exhausting, Norbert. So
They are.
I have 90s on 9, right? And you know, I was actually in high school when 90s dance song would play at homecoming. And maybe you were too in prom. And like the problem with they're all like 4.5 minutes long.
All of them.
And like it's like a war of attrition. Like you can't go into a 90s dance song too hot because you'll burn yourself out.
No.
Like you just gotta gotta like they're very hard to dance to, Norbert. And
the cardio, bro.
Yeah,
the cardio.
What
the cardio required?
Like when it says I'm gonna make you sweat, and you're like, yeah, and then 3 minutes later, you're like, I'm not feeling this anymore.
I'm sweating. I'm actually sweating now because everybody does now. The crowd is going berserk.
Go with the flow.
Okay,
yeah,
that's right. The crowd's going berserk in the club. The crowd's going berserk in this movie because you know that now that everybody dance now just came. This is going to be an awesome play. You know what I mean? The way that the music just keeps letting you know how to feel. Gary Glitter, when you know that Gary Glitter comes on, they're about to make an awesome play. We got our shit together. We're not making any more mistakes in this game. We're going to do the play that wins the game, bro. Because the movie, oh my God, the movie was based upon the '87 NFL football strike, where apparently the Redskins replaced the Redskins. That's what that team used to be
Commanders.
called. The Commanders replacements came in and won the last couple of games. And so when the strike was over, they won the Super Bowl. That's what happened in real life. So that's why okay, these guys are actually going to win these games, So yeah, they're strike breakers, which is it's not the nicest thing. And I find it, I don't know how to feel now as an adult, knowing a little bit about how the world works, rooting for these guys because I get it. It's their chance. And opportunity is preparation and luck. And so now they got their chance. Maybe they're going to get a chance to play football somewhere. So you're rooting for them. But at the same time, football hurts. So yeah, these guys are making $5 million a year. These overpaid bratty millionaires, $5 million a year. Do you know what a football player is doing after a game? He's on all the painkillers, all the medication. And that's why the NFL wasn't trying to give any props to Any Given Sunday. Because Any Given Sunday was like, football hurts. Yeah. And we're going to show you that football hurts.
Quaid blows his knees out, has concussions. Like people get leveled.
It comes back. It comes back. He came back. Yeah. So these guys, it's not that they're overpaid, pampered millionaires. You got to play next week with broken ribs, bro.
But you know what this movie did too? Like, think about the seats, right? The stadium costs, the NFL deals, the TV deals, the parking, the concession sales, the jersey sales.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, man. And so
billions.
People go to games. People go to games to watch Tom Brady. People went to games to watch Mike Vick run. Like people went, like I love the Buccaneers because I loved Warwick Dunn and Mike Allstott. Like you fall in love with certain players, right?
Yeah,
you go to watch them. And in this movie, though, they're like, you know how much insurance is on a Ferrari? Like I have kids to pay, I got alimony. Like you're making it seem like they're just the worst human beings on the planet. But that money
not a mistake
distributed. And it's
absolutely
but listen, when I was 18, 17, I didn't think about that watching this. I was 18 when I watched this movie.
Neither did I.
Yeah. And
that's the thing. That was the point.
Yeah.
And that was the point.
And also too, man, like 18-year-old me, not 41-year-old me. Like when I like Brooke Langton, man, like I just like fell in love with that character, Annabelle. but she's such
She
a
was hot.
dude. She's such a dude written character. So she's a readily
Yeah.
available cheerleader who somehow, all the other cheerleaders went on strike. She hires a bunch of strippers. She owns a bar. She's readily
Yeah.
available. She knows about football. She drives like a
Yep.
maniac for some reason, which
Like a
doesn't make
maniac
sense. And
for no
then just
reason.
like knows all about the plays, scouts players, and then read it. Like it's such a dude written character, but she's really
Oh yeah.
likable in this, man. Like, and a lot of people are like Keanu and her have no chemistry, but I like them together. Like she's cool. Like I think Anna, but the problem is Annabelle's such a dude creation that when you're 18, you're
Hmm.
like, she's the best ever. But then when you get to 41, you're like, yeah, some dude my age in 2000 wrote this character. Like he didn't.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
reason the reason the reason why there's the reason why people complain about the chemistry is because it's so forced. As
yeah.
soon as he starts staring at her, you're like, yeah, he's gonna hook up with that chick. It's just inevitable. It doesn't feel super earned. And then she makes the point, I don't date players, not even quarterbacks. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Rub the
Mhm.
almond joy on my shoulder, babe. Do it.
No.
Oh, the sexual tension was just not
Mhm.
there during the rub down. And
No.
you want and another reason why you can't feel the chemistry, because every time they are together, some song is telling you how to feel. Blaring to let you know, okay, they're gonna probably bang. Like, let's see what happens. There's always a song playing underneath them. So it's just a lot, but she's not bad. And
No.
then she's getting paid $50 a game.
Yeah.
That was another thing that had me like, go on strike. Let's keep striking. Let's keep on striking, man.
Even for and like even for 99, 2000, even for
Yeah.
87, that's bad. So it's
The,
yeah, it's
the most profitable league, the NFL.
this movie definitely changes from 18 to 40 when you watch
Oh,
it.
absolutely. Absolutely. It hits different as a
But
grown ass man.
I'll still argue though, like Reese Evans with the cigarette in his mouth. Yeah, he's smoking. He's got a cigarette in his
Oh,
mouth. Like I'm the reason I like this movie is I've watched a lot of movies where they're just bland, dude. They're just
yeah.
bland. And I think there's enough to grab on in this movie to make it the ultimate TNT film that will freeze when the day after tomorrow comes on about 7 million TVs.
8 million.
Yeah, 8 million. But I mean, like I love the egg eating scene, and then they puke, and then they do that stupid moving, and he's like, "You're in my spot in the huddle." It's so dumb. And then, like,
That's right.
what Favreau and the guy are looking at each other from across the table. What Michael Jace, who actually went to jail for, yeah,
Murdering
yeah,
his wife.
and so they're just sitting there staring at each other from across the table.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, he's
I'm
going
a
to jail.
cop.
Yeah,
I'm a cop.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a cop. Oh, I'm a convict. So when they do the fear speech and the quicksand speech, and they're all sitting there, and everyone, they're afraid of spiders, they're afraid of bees, quicksand, you're in over your head. I don't want to go back to the mini mart. I don't want to go back to the auto plant. Favreau sells it too, like, yeah, oh, this is so intense. He loved being a cop. He was a psycho cop, man. So that's to show you what a great actor he is, because you see him in the beginning of that movie just doing police brutality,
Mm-hmm.
and he just transfers police brutality to football because, yeah, football, violence. I can get away with actually kicking ass now. But during that speech, he sells it. Oh, man, I don't want to go back to where it got. Because he does love football. But at the same time, beating suspects. It's also awesome. So, he's Orlando's going to go back to mopping up the Quickie Mart. He's just going to go back to kicking down doors.
Yeah. And Wilkinson's going back to prison. Remember he
That
says
guy
that?
actually killed his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, bro. He came out of nowhere because he was on The Shield playing the gay cop that was in the closet. He was a brilliant actor. And then you go, where's Michael Jace? Oh, he's a murderer.
Yep.
Jesus.
But that's the reason why this is never will be looked at as like a classic of the genre, but it'll be looked at
Yeah.
as, hey, I watched this back. This is a TNT movie. I wish like there's so little stakes when they're playing the final game that they need to win. They just bring back Martell and they're like, hey,
Right.
we don't need a backup QB. Like they don't even say that. They're like, you just got to leave.
Exactly.
Like, he could be the
Exactly.
backup QB. And then
Exactly.
Gene Hackman's like, what do you guys need to get back in the game? We need heart. We need heart. And this is bear in mind, after the second quarter is over and Keanu's still on his boat. 3 minutes
He has
later,
to drive there.
he's at the stadium.
Yeah, traffic.
And then
Took you so long, traffic.
and then he puts on his costume and leads a comeback for his
Well,
team.
well, another thing that sports movies, especially football movies, leader.
Yeah.
We don't need to be good. We just need a leader. That was Any Given Sunday. That was
Little
Unnecessary
Giants.
Roughness. Little Giants. If you can't lead this team, if you can't keep these guys together, it's almost verbatim every single one of these movies. And so let's keep it a buck. Keanu's not a good quarterback. Okay, he got his chance. He was in the Sugar Bowl. Okay, they lost 45-0.
Florida State.
Now, granted, there you go, FSU. Now, granted, yeah, he did get 3 concussions, probably in that game. So definitely, he's not the only one who was bad. But you got a candidate for an arm. Hey, congratulations. You watch the NFL these days, the mediocrity is through the roof. There's mad quarterbacks that are sus, but they can also throw it 100 yards down the field. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So am I supposed to? I root for Keanu because, he's got a houseboat and he's so cool. And I don't want the attention. And he drinks Budweiser and scrapes particles off boats.
Listens to lit underwater.
He listens. He does underwater football cadence. Hut, hut, hut. He can apparently hold his breath for an enormously long time too. He's a specimen. But yeah, Martell is like, I got 2 Super Bowl rings. Who's the better quarterback here?
We need heart.
Yeah, but we need heart though. We need heart. And we need heart.
It's just, it's such a paint by the numbers movie, right?
That's right.
But listen, I just went through over 200 R-rated rom-coms, and
yikes,
90% of them, just all the research, 90% of them feature lies. 95% of them feature that stupid breakup that they go through and then they get back together. Like, there's a formula to all of them.
Absolutely.
Even the best ones, even the Oscar nominated ones, have a formula. Like, they all follow the formula. Like, just, it's all patterns. So when you look at football movies, there's all the pattern, right? It's even basketball movies. Every fictional sports movie, underdogs win a couple, get better. They're behind in the second half, they come back. So this one's not any different. This is just the same thing, but
paint by numbers.
But you know what though? There's a comfort to paint by numbers. And and if you look at every sitcom, every TV show, every thing, like most reality shows, like, it's so much repetition and it's the formula. It's what's next? Something breaks, commercial. Or NCIS, it's the same beat by beat. CSI, same beat. Exactly. Cheers, they sit at chairs the whole damn time. Friends, they're at a damn coffee shop. Like, it's the same thing. And so I think that's why for me it feels like comfort food, is because it's just so familiar and safe.
Yeah.
And Any Given Sunday, I don't want to watch I love Any Given Sunday, but I don't want to watch it every weekend. Like, I would put on The Replacements just because I could go.
It's easy. It's digestible. Yeah,
exactly.
It's easy.
Right? And I wouldn't watch it all. I would go clean the house or mow the lawn or hang out with Mallory.
Background noise. Yeah,
exactly. Like, you don't background noise Any Given Sunday. You background noise The Replacements.
Right.
I think the easiness of it is why people have so many fond memories of it, because it doesn't challenge you. It doesn't push you to think further. It doesn't. Yeah, it's such like, it has good music. Like,
the word is rote, my friend.
And
it's rote.
There
are no surprises here.
I love that they use Jacob Dylan's Heroes, because they also use that in the Godzilla soundtrack. So they're probably like, well, it's cheaper than actually using Bowie. So they
that's right.
So they put that in there. And but you know what though, man? Like, I have so many fun. I have the DVD of this. I have the old school cardboard one with like the plastic flap. That's the DVD I have of this. And it's been in my collection for a long time. And it's a movie I look fondly at because it's just comfort food. This is a comfort food movie.
It is.
It doesn't want to be anything else.
No, not at all. It's not trying to be deep. It's not trying to be deep. And it wears its politics on its sleeve. Overpaid players, bad. these guys, they're just like us. There was the caller who calls in to WFAN, which is actually a New York sports. It's a New York radio channel.
Oh man,
These guys, they're overpaid. I pay my money to go see these games. You know what? I like these placement guys. They're just like you and me. And that's the vibe. That was the vibe for sports at the time. Why are these people getting paid so much to play a game?
mm-hmm.
And so this nails it. Somehow the NFL is not involved with this, but it's super NFL propaganda. They got Keith David as a little cameo,
yes,
as the union leader. He's the union leader, our boy Keith David. And these people are coming in here and they're trying to tell us, and I represent my players very well. And they try to make Keith David into a bad guy for representing the union. The union. The union is the reason why you work 5 days a week and have 2 weeks vacation. You don't have to work on Saturday and Sunday. This is what unions have done. Unions are not bad. I just want to get that point.
This was a union production. It had people from SAG. It had people from SAG, the Directors Guild. It had people in, Yahtzee. This was a union production that was hating on unions. But I think the reason you do that though is because it's so minor. It's so minor. It's such a minor. That scene with Jack Warden and Hackman. That's 3 seconds. It's just it's two old school dudes talking about, oh, it's not like it used to be. Let's bring it back. Let's bring back the purity of it when we don't have to pay people and they get 3 concussions and then we just get them done and they have no health insurance.
and we just get a new guy.
For cheap, and then let that person's knee explode and the rest of their lives can be riddled by arthritis. But they had a good season. So it's like those companies you sign up for now where it's like, we can only pay you $25,000 a year, but we have a ping pong ball table.
Ooh, and every once a month, Pizza Thursday.
So I almost got a job as a event, like a coordinator at a job at a place. I was working at a place in 2017. I couldn't stand it, so I was gonna take like a third of the pay to go to another gig because I just hated the job I was at. And when I was there, they're like, "Yeah, man, like we have ping pong ball tables, and like we all just we all cut our salaries down to like work for the company because we're a family." But like we don't have a lot of pay, but we have ping pong tables. Like we have all the beer you can drink because there's a brewery. I'm like, do you guys drink while you're working? And he goes, well, no. But,
no.
But when you come back, if you hang out afterwards, you can have a free beer. I'm like, I would rather just get the money for that beer. But it's
can you pay me?
You're asking me to work weekends and in the week, but you're going, but you can play ping pong. It's kind of like this, where it's
we've got Gallagher in the break room.
So this one's like these sissies just get to play. Like they're complaining about exploding knees and painkillers. And I mean, look at most wrestlers. I just watched Iron Claw, man, and like the
Von Erich movie. I was just about to say,
and it's
and those were winners.
Gosh.
And they were all dead. They were winners.
Oh, Fritz. But yeah, it's this movie doesn't tackle any of that. It's just in and out.
None of it.
It's he like doesn't show up to see her, and she looks kind of bummed. And then later at the game, he's like, "Hey, girl, like my bad. I didn't even text you or call you, or like I could have just talked to you, because you're pretty cool." And then she's like, "I love you, Shane." And you're like, "Wait, what?
Why?" Another thing too. So Keanu's got the 3 concussions. Literally every single play. Not every single play. Every single game, Keanu's getting hit.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's a sack, after the ball is thrown, how does this guy function?
Danny,
like his brain has to be scrambled eggs.
Yeah. I mean, it started off over easy, and by the end of it, it's scrambled because Bateman gives him a concussion because he spears him head to head, helmet to helmet.
In practice, twice.
Have you ever had a concussion?
No. Knock on wood.
I've had a couple of them, and they're horrible, Norbert. They're horrible.
It has to be.
I got them both from sparring, and I remember just laying on my bed, and I wanted to pull a pie and like drill a hole in my head for more to relieve the pressure because your brain expands, man, and like you can't look. Everything's bright, and you have the worst headache you could ever imagine. And you just lay in your bed with your eyes closed because you don't want to puke, and it's miserable. Jesus. So I mean, 3 of those, and 3. Growing, back in the day, man, I played football and like I had an ankle that would like look like a pineapple. It was so swollen.
Oh,
and my coach was like, "You're just being a bitch." You know what I mean? Like he's like, "Get back in there," and I'm like, coach. I was like, I'm not even faking this. You can see this.
You can look at it.
Yeah. And he's like, get back in there, like back in the day. It's just so yeah, I guarantee you all told Shane Falco's had 43 concussions.
There's no way that Shane Falco right now is not a drooling idiot just suffering from severe CTE. Okay. But here's the other thing. Shane Falco, he gets to play.
Great name.
As a replacement dude. Yes. Great name. Right? After the season's over, he doesn't get picked up because, yeah, like I said, not the greatest quarterback. What does he do? Goes to work for the FBI, changes his name, Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah. And then he lost to Florida State too.
That's right, man. This is Johnny Utah's actual origin story.
That'd be amazing.
The replacements. This is his origin story. This is the same universe. It's the same universe. He reinvented himself because of America. He was a bum. And that's what bums do, man. You're not going to, after a while, he's like, I'm not going to live on this houseboat. I'm going to get a government job, bro. You know? And then he goes to chase the ex-presidents.
Can we talk about quarterbacks in movies, by the way? So
break it down.
So Johnny Utah had a knee injury, right? Shane Falco's had 7,000 concussions.
All of the concussions.
Captain Jack Rooney and Tyler Cherubini in Any Given Sunday are both injured.
Yes.
Like, and then yes. also Rooney gets injured again. He gets another concussion. Varsity Blues. Paul Walker gets his knee blown out. And in She's All That, he's just an asshole. Then you have Longest Yard. You know, Burt Reynolds and Adam Sandler are in prison for betting. Mm-hmm. So they're done. Then you have The Last Boy Scout. You know, Damon Wayans.
Yes.
Is a disgraced football player. Then you have The Program.
Cokehead.
Yeah, dude has a drinking problem in the program. The game plan, Dwayne Johnson like learns he has a child that he never even like just he's like, yeah, you have a kid. And the mom just like went on a vacation and stuffed you with this kid. And it's weird. It's an odd situation.
It is weird.
The best
definitely
of times,
going to affect your play on the field. Yeah.
Like Hightower, you know, Kurt Russell, he has money problems. He's washed up. He's like getting a divorce. Flash Gordon, the guy gets picked up and has to battle aliens. Like that sounds horrible.
Yeah, he goes out of space.
Like Jerry Maguire, Jerry O'Connell's a dick. Like in it, he turns on him. Little Giants, Devin Sawa gets taken out of the game and injured. In Scary Movie, Shawn Waynes is the killer.
That's right.
You know, like in Angus Vanderbeek is a jerk. And then like Not Another Teen Movie, he gets a kid killed on a play. It's like, like quarterbacks in movies it's like the worst in a fictional film, right? In a fictional football film, you stay away from being a quarterback because you're either a jerk, you're like injured, and like, oh, heaven can't wait. He gets pulled into heaven. Like he's a backup quarterback.
So he dies.
Yeah. And then, but he takes over another body. And it's like, okay, so you have imprisoned people, you have drinking problems, you have illegitimate like children, you're washed up. Most of these players are washed up, they're jerks, they're killers.
Yeah.
Or they have many concussions. And so I was like, what would be the best spot? Like, what would be the best position? I was thinking wide receiver, right? Because like Clifford Franklin's cool. Bellamy's cool on Any Given Sunday. Hot Hands from Little Giant's a good kid. Like I think I would be Tweeter from Varsity Blues. He doesn't care, dude. The offensive lineman, right? In the big guy from Varsity Blues, he has all the concussions in Varsity Blues. So like I would just be a wide receiver.
I was gonna say I would be a guard. It's somewhere on either the O line or the D line, because those guys, they get to be morbidly obese. They can eat what they want. They're always cheerful. You know, Fumiko here is running around saying "Nandeska," which in Japanese is "Korewa nandeska," which is what is this? So he's just saying "Nandeska, nandeska," and everybody, nandeska. You know, it's like if we were running around screaming "Igemoeo" in Korean, like what is this? What is this? Yeah, you know what I mean?
What's this?
You got to be the O line. You know, and the same thing. Any Given Sunday, you don't really mess with the O line. Because not only are they either morbidly obese or just massively jacked, they just want to party. They don't, if they win or lose the game, quarterback's dead, we'll get another one.
Yeah.
I'm on the line. I'm good.
Who's that dude that played for the Ravens till he was about 73? And just, you know what I'm talking about? He was on the Ravens forever. And he was just there. for as long as I remembered growing up, he was an
Mm.
offensive lineman. And
You
it's
need bursts of strength for 5 seconds max.
yeah.
You can do that.
And also, you got to know footwork, you got to pull, like stuff, you got
Yeah.
to know the plays and like reads and everything. But yeah, you just have bursts. You have bursts of, and sometimes you got to sprint with the football, but that happens maybe
And,
once a lifetime. So
and
it's
this is why
yeah,
I appreciate Hackman as the coach, man. He was really just, you know what do we actually need to have a football player? Let's see. Let's get an actual murderer out of prison. Let's get a sumo to do pass blocking because that's what sumo is.
yeah, hands.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get a fast dude. Probably can't catch, but we'll just cheat. So that's all good, And let's get this quarterback who's definitely going through post concussion syndrome, probably a low key alcoholic drug user, but you know what? He's got a cannon for an arm. And yeah, this soccer dude, the whole point is to kick the ball,
He's wiry.
kick it really hard, and he's wiry. He's wiry. Yeah, let's get him. Doesn't matter if he smokes. He doesn't have to do any cardio. He's just got to kick the friggin' ball.
Yeah.
Just thinking out of the box.
A psychotic cop.
We need to play a linebacker. Hello. And he's wearing 56. That's Lawrence Taylor. And he's doing the most violent work on that field. Yeah, absolutely. The bodyguards of Old Dirty Bastard. Oh, yeah. They're absolutely going to defend you, bro.
Yeah.
There's no question. There's no question. Yeah. So it's just this.
Sorry, go for it.
The deaf. I was just going to say one more thing. The deaf tight end. Wow. You want to talk about running a route?
Yeah.
Because when you used to play pickup football back in the day, run to the red car, turn around. The ball's going to be there. And he did that with a deaf guy. I thought that was awesome. I love that because that's what you do, man. Run to the red car, turn around. I got you.
And he's good too, David Denham.
Oh,
and that
he had hands.
Yeah,
he had hands.
And then he remember when he looks at that cheerleader and like waves at her, then she does that motion like with
She was like, I will fillet you, buddy, with her hands. And he said, you know what? Taking advantage.
Yeah.
Things like this don't happen every day. Let's get it on.
And then when they go to spell out the team, that cheerleader messes it up twice, and you're just
she can't spell.
Yeah, and it's funny. The director's like, I shouldn't have done that twice, but I just thought it was funny. He's like, and no one laughed at the second time, but I liked it. So it's
Annabelle's absolutely talking down to strippers the whole time, because that style of dancing, you want to do that, and all the cheerleaders in the beginning that were not strippers, I enjoyed them. I thought they were very energetic.
Peanut butter pumpkins. I forget what they say.
I love that girl. She was adorable.
Hack them, slash them, cut them with a knife.
Yeah, wood. You know what I mean? Wood.
Those scenes make me very uncomfortable. I don't know why. I don't and I hate the crowd reaction shots. I don't like working with extras. Always bother me, and the extras get me in this. But once again, man, everything's over quick. Everything's fast. But like there's good line, but the coach on the opposing team who was complaining about the women, he's the guy who coordinated all the football stuff in this. Like he's done other football movies. So, but he was funny.
He's like, showing her ass.
They're slapping each other's asses over there. Would you stop that? That's why, man. I'm telling you, that's why this is a great background movie because you walk by and you're like, oh, here's this line coming up. Like,
yeah, right, exactly.
Coach, I look like I jacked off an elephant. It's just like,
oh man. Man.
They ripped off Little Giants, which just makes me laugh.
They ripped off everything.
Yeah, and I do want to add Keanu Reeves to my list of jacked alcoholics in movies. So you have Patrick Wilson in Moonfall. You have Jason Statham in The Meg, and now you have Keanu in The Replacements. Do in movies do people not know how beer works?
For what it's worth, you and I have been down this road. You can drink a lot of beer before you're quote unquote drunk. You know what I mean? Which is why all of these guys, have the king of beers, Budweiser.
Yeah.
You ever notice that, they're not in a bar, but they're not drinking juice or water or tea or coffee. Somebody comes to visit them, beer, just casually. I just drink. It's just 10 a.m. Beer. You want one? They just normalize the hell out of that, man. This is Budweiser, and ain't no way in hell that's not product placement.
whenever when I went over to your place, you're like, beer. I'm like, yeah, or
Beer?
broccoli.
No, Michael. Yeah, let's just get it in. That brainwashing worked on me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't have anything in my fridge except water, milk, and beer.
yeah. You want a beer? We get
Beer?
wait. You mean I have to go out somewhere and they don't have beer? Yeah,
What?
it's. But still, man.
Do you know?
This. Oh,
I
sorry.
was
Go
gonna.
for it.
I was gonna say another thing that Coach McGinty is trying the whole movie to get, Shane Falco to be more confident and believe in himself. And when the game's on the line and the ball's in your hands, make the choice, make the tough choice, make the tough play. And so, I read blitz. Falco, if I want to conquer that ball, I would have called it that way. I read blitz. Bullshit. Put the game in your hands, you got scared. Bro,
Red Blitz.
you put the ball in his hands. He read blitz. That's what a quarterback is supposed to do. You're the freaking coach. What are you telling me here? You're telling me to have confidence and believe in myself and make the right play, but you're also telling me to let the blitz come so I can get the 38th concussion of this game. What is your problem?
I kind of want someone to be like, so coach, what's going on with your inner life? And he's like, it's all about how you play the game. Wait, what? He's like 10 yards, make a first down. Wait, what? Coach, how's it going? All you gotta do is show up. Wait, what?
What are you doing tomorrow? Tomorrow's not promised, so you got to go for it. What'd you have for dinner? Dinner is just a thing that you have after lunch.
Yeah.
And that's all right. It's just platitudes.
How's breakfast? I wake up and I piss excellence. Wait,
yeah.
You're letting me know a little bit more about yourself. Keep going.
Coach, I read blitz. Winners always want the ball when the game's on the line. You understand what a blitz is, right, football coach?
Yeah.
They're sending too many guys at me. I'm going to get another concussion. Or throw an interception.
It's not about the speed. Jesus. It's how you get there. What?
Have you never played Madden, Coach McGinty? Like 12-year-olds know when the blitz is coming, call an audible.
Hey, coach, why are we flying coach? What are you saying? Is there something wrong with coach? No, coach, not you. But flying coach, what's wrong with coach? No, like, we get first class. Are you saying I'm not a first class coach? What? Wait, that's actually a pretty good argument right there. Let's like, now I'm on standby. What's the deal? But it's
God.
Yeah, but still, man, I will put this movie on tomorrow, and I will just I'll be in and out, and I'll work, and I'll probably go shower, but I will still love it.
Put it on in the background, man.
Yeah,
put it on the background.
When the apocalypse is coming, I will play it.
That's it.
Because you know what? And there's movies that you need in your life that have no stakes.
None.
Like nothing. No stakes. None whatsoever. Nothing.
None.
And because I don't want to watch Kramer versus Kramer every day. I don't want to watch Malcolm X every day.
Emotionally, you can't.
Yeah, I don't want to watch She's Got to Have It every day. I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to watch Punch Drunk Love every day. But give me a frothy rom-com. Give me Serendipity. I'll put it on. I won't even think about it. Like, just the world needs movies like these. And I know people. I know it's the same formula, but I mean, shoot, man, every football game has the same rules. It's just two different teams on a different field, different crowd, maybe different weather, but you still throw the ball, you pass the ball, you run the ball, there's offside. So, people are comfortable with football because they know exactly what's going to happen in the game. They just don't know how it'll end. They don't know exactly. They know everything about it, right? They know the first down, they know the 10 yards, they know the penalties. They don't know the outcome, but they know the game. So I feel like that's what I like about these comfort food movies, where like, even the outcome, but you just know it, and you don't have to like be stressed about it. You can just watch Shane Falco and his 4 million concussions drink his 4,000 Budweiser
for lunch.
Yeah, lunch. But I mean, that's the world needs movies like this, is what I'm saying. And listen, not all. How many classic movies are there? How many classic albums are there? Like all-timer albums? There's not that many.
You're not wrong.
So like, it's the very tip of the mountain, and it's on the world's tallest mountain with a ton of crap underneath it. So you can't expect it everything to be a classic. It's just
No, you can't. You can't. And also, how many movies do you get Pat Summerall and John Madden
bro.
doing play by play?
And the
That's chef's kiss right there.
and this movie has a personality. The actors
Yeah.
are committed. There's good moments. So yeah, I mean, overall, I still love this movie, and I'm glad we got to talk about it. But it's a bunch of hooey. It's like,
Oh yeah, no doubt. And just you can just fast forward through the kind of racist lunch scene
yeah,
because yeah, Faison Love is definitely a racist.
yeah, dude.
He's a racist for no reason. It's not like jocular or like eventually they're all like the team eventually becomes friends, but those two
They're racist.
yeah.
They go at him hard
for no reason. For no reason.
Yeah, they're just. Yeah, they just go at him hard. I remember watching it and be like, hey, leave him alone. Like, why are you?
Yeah, seriously.
And Shane didn't say like Shane didn't say anything either. Shane should be like, guys, stop being racist.
See, like blatantly racist for no. It's not like, oh, we're hazing the rookie or we're going to eventually come together in peace. They just don't like Asian people.
And they were calling him Chinese. He's like, no, I'm Japanese. And like, doesn't matter. It's like, oh.
And I've heard people say that in real life. You know what I mean? And I always just
do that so Homer Simpson gif into the bush.
Exactly. You can literally fast forward that scene and just miss nothing. Like you want to talk about editing? You can take that out and just go to the very tense Michael J. Jon Favreau staring, because that was some tension. That was like, oh, okay. But it never gets explored later on, the cop convict thing.
That was a good scene though. They were just looking at each other.
Yeah.
Orlando Jones,
the cop and the convict.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To just be ridiculous. And that's literally right after just the most racist thing that maybe happened in a movie in that year.
you know what's crazy? Like, it wasn't even jocular. Like, sometimes guys
it wasn't.
Like,
it was mean.
When like teammates sometimes are like, like I'm just being jocular. They probably are still racist, but like, it's like a jocular mood to it. This was just racism.
It was just racist. It wasn't even funny. It was like, damn, really?
Yeah.
But hey, the year 2000, folks. Those are different. Those are different times. I'm saying air quotes. Oh, give me the ball was great.
Oh man, can you give me that ball? That was made up on the set. So Gene Hackman did that, and then like that was all Gene Hackman again. But like, dude, brilliant. So going through all the R-rated rom-coms and like having to relive the like 99 to like 04 era, 05 era. I'm not saying they're any better now, but I was like, wow, this like that was such an aggressive time.
Yeah.
I don't even think the 90s were as aggressive. Like they became very aggressive around 99 and then to like 04, and then like the Apatow kind of did like the bro-y thing, like it kind of switched.
Yeah, the man-child years.
Yeah, and like that's less bro-y, but it's still very like navel gazing, and then became about that for a while. But those the 99 to 04, like there's a reason why I love Lost in Translation and Garden State so much, because as like a sensitive kid, I was like, these movies aren't horrible towards people.
It's just a vibe. Yeah, just gave you a vibe.
Like there's a sensitive vibe to them. Like I know Natalie Portman's character, they came up with like manic pixie chick, but I tell you what, man, you watch Elizabethtown, it's 1,000 times worse. And also Natalie Portman says she took the role just because she wanted to play something different. But it's funny, like it's just bad when you cling to Garden State because the movies are so freaking aggressive. And I'm very happy that when people are like, oh, I miss old cinema, I'm like, not really, like not that era. So
you know what I mean?
I'm glad. I mean, we're still in it. We're not past anything. We're humans, but I don't like revisiting a lot of like 04 had great documentaries, like Napoleon Dynamite, Grizzly Man. Like there's some awesome cinema in those years, but yeah, that was like the weird like Girls Gone Wild years and like all this
stuff. You're going to run into this. Yeah, you're going to run into this. It's going to be either aggressively misogynist or aggressively racist, and it's just this is a comedy, by the way.
Yeah,
and it's not that the dude gets his comeuppance or anything. It's just racist thing happens, misogynist thing happens, and to the next scene, and we never bring this up again.
Like that girl next door, like a high schooler, starts dating a porn star, and then he like blows her off and like treats her terribly, and then like and then he gets into a college, and she just moves to go to college with him, and you're like, is this a movie? Like, what
Is that right?
who wrote
Is that
this?
right?
Like, what is this?
Well, you know, the aristocrats. What can I tell you? You know what I mean? That's what you just got to say. The aristocrats, and just move on.
The same joke.
Jeez.
Oh man, well, hey,
Oh man.
this was great, man. And you know what? Let's do something real quick. Let's do it before we get out here. Before we end this, let's do a 2000 movie draft. So movies released in 2000.
Okay, let's get it on.
So popular 2000. Oh, geez Louise. I'm already looking at these years. Oh no, there's some good ones, and we've talked about a couple of them. I'll let you go
plenty.
first.
There's plenty.
I think I know what
All
you're
right.
going to take first.
Okay. First, we are going to go Pitch Black.
I knew it. Hey, we did an entire
movie-
series. We did an entire awesome series on that. And
Not only
keep
did we do
finding
the
it.
entire, because it holds up. It's the best Vin Diesel movie and or series. Fight me on this. At me. At Eddie Kane on Twitter. Tell me why Fast and Furious is better than Pitch Black.
You know what?
I'll mail you a car.
You know what makes me happy when people listen to Pitch Black and then I see downloads for the Chronicles of Riddick and then Riddick, because then I knew they liked that episode.
Absolutely.
They dig it. All right, so you got a really good one there. I knew you were going to pick that. I'm going to take Unbreakable, my favorite superhero movie.
You got to. You got to. I am going American Psycho because, hey, Paul.
Yeah, people didn't really get that movie, did they? They thought this guy is awesome.
This is why we are where we are now, my friend.
Yep.
You know, because people watch American Psycho, people watch
Fight
Falling
Club.
Down, they watch Fight Club, they watch Wall Street. I want to be like those guys. They watch The Sopranos and think that Tony's cool, actually. You know what I'm saying?
When I watched Fight Club, I could care less about all that snowflake BS, dude, about like dudes reclaiming their masculinity. I just fought a lot back in the day, so I was like, this is cool. Like I didn't like it because of like insecurity or like I'm a man, you know, like I just like, oh man, there's like underground fight club. This seems fun. But it wasn't like I would never become a space monkey, but I was like, yeah, I like a good, you know, I used to box people in bars and backyards and everywhere. So I was like, this is right on my wavelength here. And I think the editing too, David Fincher's editing and style and the acting.
Well, I mean, Fincher.
Yeah.
That you know, Fincher is what it is, but I definitely got caught up in the anti-consumer stuff. And I kind of got caught up in the manly man guy stuff too, but I'm not a manly man.
No.
You know, thank God that I've aged. And I realized, my God, you had some terrible takes, Norbert.
Yeah.
Terrible takes.
I'm just, I never watched it and thought that. I just was like, hey, this is a fun idea, which was another wrong. So I'm going to take Love and Basketball because Sanaa Lathan should have gotten nominated for an Oscar.
I'm going to play for your heart.
Dude,
verklempt. And I'm verklempt.
I've been on, you know, I've been on set with Omar Epps, man. I played a goon that had to drag him out of a room, and I almost talked to him about the movie, but I didn't do it.
He's a good guy, man. That's my man right there, Epps. Just straight New York dude, man.
I almost ran him into a camera. I almost ran him headfirst into a camera, which would have been
all
awesome.
right. I am going Memento because that movie mind blown when I saw it. I used to watch that all the time.
Yeah, Memento is awesome. And also Phil
on DVD.
On Movies, Films, and Flicks, Phil and I have talked about Memento and
Absolutely.
Right. Oh man,
I know what I'm doing.
We got Vertical Limit, we have Castaway, The Cell, What Lies Beneath. That's a good one. Dude,
legit movies were coming out, man.
I was working in a theater at this and I accidentally wrecked the ending of that movie for some people. So I felt pretty bad. Dude, Where's My Car?
I can't with that movie. I never could. There were not enough drugs in the world.
Oh, Snatch.
You got to. Yeah, fight you for it.
Dude, man, I skipped school to go buy that DVD one day. Like, and I went to the theater after school to watch it because I liked Lock, Stock too much. Brad Pitt's awesome, dude. And like Z Drama, like Jason Statham, people forget that he has great line delivery.
He's got chops, man.
Yeah. All right.
He's got chops.
I'm very happy with my movie. I'm actually pretty excited right now. All right, what do you got next?
I'm going Final Destination because another one, mind blown when I saw that movie.
Oh yeah,
mind blown.
All right, so we got Sean William Scott represented, so I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I like that first one a lot. You know, I'm gonna take Bamboozled. That movie,
Hardcore, man. Hardcore. That movie makes you leave the theater just wow. You just look at things differently. Absolutely.
But for a kid who grew up in Florida and like no one ever no one ever told me about any of this. You know what I mean? It's like when I watched it, I went, whoa. So
yeah,
I think a lot of times people talk about movies and they're kind of like I don't believe in like the magic of cinema. Like, oh, the magic, like we're all in tears, feel better together in the cinema. Like, I don't believe that crap because it's a business. But sometimes you watch a movie like a Bamboozled or like a Doctor Strangelove, and those movies kind of had big, profound effects on me as like a movie watcher. Like I was like, I understand Doctor Strangelove, and I'm in high school. I was like, I must love movies. Like it was so. Yeah, I remember watching that and just going, holy.
and oh, he was beating you over the head with it. Yes, because y'all needed to be beat over the head with it.
That's such a stupid argument.
You needed that.
That's such a dumb argument. It's just not subtle. It's not subtle.
No, it's not subtle. Fuck. It's not subtle. You know why it's not subtle? Because racism. You need to figure it out. Okay. All right. We've tried the nice telling you about racism, and now here's just some dudes in blackface. Deal with it. That movie. Woof. God.
One of my
last. Go ahead.
What my students had that screened for them. Another teacher screened it for them. My students were like, "Man, that movie pissed me off," in a good way. They were like,
exactly.
My students was like, "Man, I left that classroom like pissed." This is like the nicest kid.
And here's the thing: you got Tommy Davidson.
Yeah, Tommy Davidson, Damon Wayans.
You got Tommy Davidson and you got Savion Glover. Tap dancing royalty. And when they are putting on the blackface makeup with the real way that people used to do it, and they're describing there's a narrator describing it in the background. If you don't feel something during that scene, because he lets it play out, and they're just applying this makeup, and you see in their eyes, I don't feel good doing this, man. Oh, that movie. God. Like, you have to take a shower after that movie. Spike is no joke.
And he was hitting. I like movies that are made angrily. Like, I do.
Yeah.
Like, Cabin in the Woods, Joss Whedon and Drew Goddard were just pissed at horror fans and pissed at horror movies. And you feel it in a movie. Like, I like movies that are made with anger.
Yeah. That movie is another one that blew my mind. I couldn't believe the ending. I was like, what? That was the point? That's amazing. So my last one, I'm absolutely picking Vertical Limit because it's the dumbest movie I've ever seen. And I love it.
I've covered that on the show too, man.
I love it. I love it.
Oh man, we got my man Billy Pax. So I either have Bring It On or Sexy Beast, but I feel like I'm working really dark with my teams. I have, well, no, not really. I have Snatch, Love and Basketball, Unbreakable, Bamboozled. So,
bro,
I mean, Bring It On. I remember I watched that in 2000. I was like, I love this movie. It just felt zippy and funny, and it wasn't super bro heavy at the time. Like it was just funny. And that kid Jesse Metcalf wasn't like an aggressive turd in it. Like he was just a nice, like kid. So that one was good. But also, man, like Sexy Beast. When I watched that movie, Jonathan Glazer, and I saw Ben Kingsley in that movie, I was kind of not like afraid, but I was afraid. Like, I was like, Ben Kingsley is on another level here. Like this is creepy. You pick. Which one should I take? Sexy Beast or Bring It On?
Well, keep those in mind, but look at what you're avoiding. Boiler Room. Shaft. Supernova.
Get Carter. The Beach. Bamboozled.
The horrific Dracula 2000.
Oh man, with Gerard Butler's hair. The Cell.
Ginger Snaps.
Requiem for a Dream. Oh, I love Ginger Snaps. Requiem for a Dream.
The horrific Pap that is Pay It Forward. That is Pap.
One of the worst movies is U571. That's a good time.
That's a good Quills.
Man, I like the Boiler Room. Me, Myself, and Irene. Scary movie.
That's right.
Dude, I was working in a theater when Scary Movie came out, and people forget how big that film was. It was
mind-blowing.
That wasn't just a hit. Wait, that wasn't just a hit. Scary Movie box office. That movie made, let me check. Scary Movie.
It made like $100 or $200 million.
No, I think it. Wait, let me.
It was super profitable. And
So
then Weinstein stole it from him.
it made $277 million worldwide. And if you adjust
Yeah,
for inflation domestically, $306 million.
it was massive. It was
Massive.
massive because it was airplane for our generation.
Yeah. And like I love that they were spoofing a satire, but like, I'm like the wind, baby. You can't find me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're behind the sofa. What? Oh, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Like just, I'm like the wind.
Yeah.
And then that
Yeah.
Carmen
That's
Electra.
why
What was that noise? I just farted. I mean, it's
I
just
just farted. Yeah. Yeah. They
an Anna
stole it from the
Faris.
Wayans brothers. They stole it from the Wayans brothers, and that was our Anna Faris debut.
Oh man, and that second one was funny. I don't care, man. That ball knocker. Uh, uh,
So, what have you decided?
oh,
Are you sure you don't want to go with something different?
I'm
Sexy Beast.
I'm gonna take Bring It On because Sexy Beast was really pretentious.
All right, go for it.
Wait, what action movies were made? Just real quick. I'm gonna go here real quick.
Unfortunately, Mission Impossible 2,
I love me some John Woo. Reindeer
the
games.
Patriot. Reindeer ain't gonna play no reindeer games with me, boy.
Dude, Romeo Must Die.
X-Men and X-Men. Yeah,
I love Romeo. That Aaliyah song.
that movie was good
Dust yourself
for the
off
time.
and try. Oh, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
Gladiator.
Gone 60 Seconds.
I don't like that movie. Gone in 60 Seconds.
No, yeah.
It took too long.
Charlie's Angels, man. Good old Lucy Liu.
Mhm.
Oh, Shanghai Noon. I'm taking Shanghai Noon. Sorry, I'm going Shanghai.
Shanghai Noon. You might as well just go Charlie's Angels.
Dude, you when Jackie Chan, when like Jet Li, Jackie Chan, Chow Yun Fat, like when they were introduced in the States, man, that opened up my world to another like continents
A
of
whole other cinema.
Yeah, exactly, man, like continents of cinema. And also this time there's a movie like called Brother out with I think Omar Epps was in it, and like with an actor from Japan that opened my world up to Japanese cinema. So like at this time, man, I was learning about Jackie Chan and like Hong Kong cinema and like so yeah, I'm gonna take Shanghai because listen, I love Owen Wilson and I love Shanghai Noon. So yeah, that went longer than I thought, but that was fun.
It's because we love each other, man.
That's right. Ditto. Well, hey Norbert, where can people find you? And yeah, what's going on?
At Eddie Kane, Norbert Morvan on SoundCloud. We're still doing the things, man. Enjoying ourselves. At Eddie Kane on Twitter. Norbert Morvan on SoundCloud.
Have you ever heard that song "Doing Your Thing" by Oliver Dollar?
I have not.
It's like this song, and then this guy's record keeps breaking off. He's like, "Oh man, I gotta start again." And he's like,
Sounds
people
terrible.
leave. Like so, it's like a song, and then it stops. And he's like, "Man, it's good. It's good for like the first listen, but then if you put it on a playlist, you get sick of it 5 times later."
It sounds
But-
awful.
Yeah,
The first time.
No, it sucks you in like the first 30 seconds. You're like, all right, and then it's gone. But hey, Norbert, love you, man. And we've been doing this together for I don't know 6 years now on this podcast. 5, 6 years. So
It's been a long time, baby. We're going to keep the football series going.
yeah,
We're going to rock it.
any given Sunday next. But
Yes,
hey,
sir.
so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Norbert Morvan, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.